This might be the most excited I have ever been to record a video, because today, for the first time in 11 years, there is a new college football video game. And to start it off in the best way I possibly can, we are going to be rebuilding what is tied for the worst overall team in the game, the Ball State Cardinals, at a 71 overall. But our goal by the end of this is to turn this Ball State team from tied for the worst team in the game to the best team in the country, with not a lot of talent to start out. But super quick, I'm gonna make this intro as short as I can. I just have like 2 things to say. If we can get to 3,000 likes on this video, I am gonna do, and I don't know if this is possible, but I'm gonna try it, a 0 overall team rebuild in CFB 25. That's something I do a lot in Madden, so 3,000 likes and I will do that. Sounds stupid, but leaving a like really helps out the channel. And the second thing, let me know down in the comments what regular team you want me to rebuild, I guess, first. And I'm gonna do this an interesting way. I'm gonna say each comment counts as a vote, and I'm gonna count them up, which is gonna take me forever. But yeah, let me know what regular team you want me to rebuild next. Each comment counts as a vote. I'm gonna count them up, and that'll be the next video I do tomorrow. And actually, one more thing. Subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications for the channel so you can make sure to catch whenever these come out. But without further ado, let's get into rebuilding the worst team in college football 25, Ball State. And let's take a quick look at the roster here, because I would imagine there's some pretty big flaws with this roster. Although our quarterback is just a redshirt freshman in Caden Samonza, so there could be something to work with there. Oh, I think I found one of the big flaws of this team. Our starting running back is a 70 overall. We have one decent receiver in Kian Magwood, I'm gonna guess. We have a 67 overall starting right tackle. That's terrifying, but our guards are pretty good. This might be the worst D-line I've ever seen. A 68, a 66. Our linebackers are in the 60s, and our secondary, we at least have one okay corner, but he's already a junior. We are gonna have our work cut out for us today, but that was the plan to begin with. But here's what we're gonna try to do for recruiting. I'm gonna need to get the hang of it. This is my first time ever trying the game, so we are gonna try to learn the hard way. We might be going for too good of prospects for being a 1-star school. You know, we're going for quite a few 3-stars, but they are all interested in the team, and we are pretty close for guys like James Frederick. I mean, we're 5th, but we are barely behind Indiana, who has the lead for him. Same with Rolland, ironically both Indiana. Also Emmett Kane, Indiana. Some of these guys, I don't know if we can get like Eric Havner, but to be fair, he isn't all that good. He's just a 1-star. David DeLuca. We'll try so I can learn. Oh, and that's interesting. It tells you your players that are at risk of transferring. It looks like one of our best players, Tio at right guard at an 82 overall, is possibly gonna transfer, so I'm assuming we need to do well. But I might have been getting a little bit over my head with the recruiting. We already got locked out by Juwan Orr, and it looks like Eric Havner is pretty much already signed, so we'll remove him. And we're not really doing too hot for Kevin Garnes, but we are pretty close for guys like David Ernster. Even though we are 6th, we're still not too far behind for the lead. Same with James Frederick and Shane Rolland, so there is still hope. Okay, I reassessed, and these are gonna be the new players. We have the lead for some of them. We're pretty close for a lot of them. Mostly just 1-stars, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. But in week 1, it looks like we're gonna be taking on FCS Midwest. And for recruiting, we are still in it for 3-3-stars. I guess 4 if you want to count Kane, but it looks like he's going to Indiana, unfortunately. But I mean, hey, if we can stay in it for these 3 players, that would be huge. I don't think you're supposed to be able to get 3-star players when you're a 1-star school, but if we can, that could change the rebuild. Oh, and we already got a MAC Offensive Player of the Week. Caden Samonza, I mean, you would hope going against an FCS team. 4 touchdowns, 320 yards. I'm assuming we won. I'm hoping we won. We did. 35-16. I don't think we are going to be so lucky in our next game, as we are going to be taking on Miami. Now, they do have a loss, so they are beatable. I just don't know if they're beatable by Ball State. I see we dropped from a C- championship contender to a D+, so I'm sure the Miami game went well. We got beat 27-3. Understandable. Okay, unfortunately, we're not going to get Rodney Keener star at corner, and probably not Emmett Kane either. We were close, but Illinois really pulled away. Makes sense, bigger school. But we almost lost by double digits to Central Michigan. It looks like they're 3-1 here, so they're not bad, but that's rough. But man, we are still in it for these 3-star players. I don't know how, but we're gonna need to remove a few, I think. But can we at least beat James Madison? We don't, as we fall to 1-3. To be expected when you are the worst team in the country, but still hurts. But we are gonna be sending the house for these top 2 players, Shane Rolland and James Frederick. We already got Gabe Herr. We offered him almost said contract, but wait, what do you even call him? A scholarship, and he immediately accepted, so that's cool. Unfortunately, we don't get Brian Hendricks. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember adding him, but we do get our first prospect, only a 1-star, but it's better than nothing. But I do believe we have a few recruits visiting this week. We've kind of bounced back a little bit. We now have a winning record at 4-3. Can you check visits? I'm sure you can somewhere, right? Well, that's ironic. One of our prospects commits to Northern Illinois, who we're going to be taking on this week. But yeah, Tim Fua is going to be visiting this week. And D. Ebikadi, nobody major, but 2 players. I think I'm starting to get the hang of recruiting. I think next year we can get a much bigger class. I might know how to cheat the system a little bit. Oh, and we get our first in-week commitment. D. Ebikadi does commit to Ball State, and Tim Fua. So apparently the week went well. Maybe not. We dropped down to 112 in the country. Did we lose to Northern Illinois? We definitely did, didn't we? Oh, by a field goal. I mean, at least we got the players, but that still hurts. But honestly, for the rest of our schedule, it isn't too bad. It looks like Bowling Green is doing well this year at 6-2, but Miami of Ohio is 3-5. Buffalo's 4-4, and Ohio is 1-7. I think we've lost a few prospects to them, so hopefully we can get revenge. But we do get another recruit, Eldon Toll. Really, the ones I want to see are the top 3, or not top 3, but 3-star prospects committing pretty soon here. But we do get MAC Offensive Player of the Week, Kean Magwood, 133 yards on 3 receptions, 2 touchdowns. That's like the Randy Moss stat line where it's like 4 catches, 4 touchdowns, like 200 yards, whatever it is. That's crazy. But now back down to a losing record, unfortunately. Okay, I haven't been showing many of the recent recruits, but Shane Rolland, a 3-star recruit, does commit. Anyone else? Just him, but that's huge either way. But we finished the year 6-6. Honestly, very, very good for, again, being the lowest overall team in the country. At least tied for it at a 71 overall. Now, what are the playoffs looking like this year? Oh, I guess I don't know if we can check those yet, but there are no undefeated teams. Actually, no, that's not true. NC State is undefeated at only an 84 overall. That's interesting. Boston College is one of the top teams here. No comment on either of those. Oh yeah, and Heisman finalists. Will Howard is up there for Ohio State. Trayshawn Holden, interesting, but it looks like it is probably gonna go to Will Howard. Oh, and are we gonna get a bowl game? Colorado is gonna make one at 4-8? Okay, I would hope we're in one. Maybe we're not. I don't know how this works. I guess we'll see. These are just the projections, but we should if there's gonna be a 4-8 team in a bowl game. We also get James Frederick, a 3-star corner. We'll have to see what these guys' overalls are. I used to play NCAA 14, but it's been 5 years, and I don't remember how the scouting worked. I don't remember if it was the same, so I haven't been scouting like anyone. I've just been blindly hoping that we can get the players and that they're good. That could be a good strategy, because you have to spend hours to scout the players. It could be better to just not scout them and just pray. It's probably not a good strategy, but it could be, because that means more hours you get to spend recruiting players. That's probably a horrible strategy, but it seems all right in my head. I don't know. But Trayshawn Holden wins Heisman, or the Heisman Trophy, and we do get a bowl game. It is gonna be the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. That goes hard. Against Maryland. I really don't think we're gonna win this one, but oh, view job offers? I don't want to do that, but we're getting an Arkansas offensive coordinator offer. I think I'll stay at Ball State, obviously. obviously. But what should we do here? Is there anything important? Maybe early signing days? David Ernster committed to Indiana. Devontae Fry's committed to Maryland. Or no, that's Miami, Ohio, whatever. Both M's. Same with Beckford. But overall, we're doing all right. I wanted to go for Braum, whatever that last name is, but he locked us out. Unlucky. But yeah, we still have the lead for the majority of our players here. I guess we're cutting it close with RJ Clemens. What does the little gap mean where it's like half filled out? Is that like a projection for the next week or how much ground they just made up? I don't know. That's something I'll have to learn as we go. But let's see. Is the next week our bowl game? It is. Maryland is also 6-6. They're 4-5 in conference. We're 4-4, so we're about the same. Just they're in a much bigger conference, obviously. It looks like they have the points per game, yards per game. Wait, why does it give the rush yards per game to them if they have 67 and we have 105? Something ain't math in there, but whatever. Let's see if we can win a bowl game in year one with the worst team in the game. Maybe we do, because we get MAC Defensive Player of the Week. Brandon Berger gets 2 sacks, 3 tackles, and a TFL. That's huge. We've gotten a lot of Players of the Week for being not a great team. Maybe we're the only MAC team in a bowl game. No, that couldn't be right. I doubt we won the conference. But did we win the game? No, we finished 6-7. Okay, understandable. I do want to check our standings though. Where did we finish? Oh, it doesn't automatically go to our conference. That's kind of weird. Okay, this is a big mess. No teams were great. In conference play, a lot of teams were 5-3. So I guess Western Michigan wins the conference with a 6-8 record. The best overall record in our conference was, I guess, Miami with 8 wins. Both Buffalo and Central Michigan went 7-6. So we were about 5th for record, I guess. I don't know. It was such a mid-conference. Everyone beat up on each other, apparently, that it's hard to say where we ranked exactly. But for the playoffs here, it looks like Boston College beat Florida, then lost to Oregon. Oregon is going to be in the Final Four, I guess, if you want to call it. UNLV made the playoffs. Syracuse made the playoffs. NC State ended up losing a game, but was still the 2 seed, and then lost to Oklahoma State. Or no, I guess that's their loss. Never mind. So the Final Four teams are going to be Oregon, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Oklahoma State. Definitely an interesting group. But the national championship is going to be Oregon versus Ohio State. I'm definitely glad it wasn't something like UNLV versus Syracuse or NC State. I'm glad it's a pretty realistic one. Why did we lose Pro Potential? What? What happened? I don't know. But we have the end of the season recap as Oregon absolutely blasts Ohio State in the national championship 52-7. I don't know about that one. This feels like the same type of simulation as Madden 24, where the Super Bowl / conference championship is always an absolute blowout for some reason. But Oregon was definitely the best team in the country this year, apparently. Now, it looks like we got RJ Clemens. Was he our only recruit this week or only commitment? Ooh, but we have players leaving this week. We gotta see, where's the final? Oh, okay, Ty Robinson, a receiver, is leaving. I mean, he's already a junior anyways. I don't know if I care. John Mucciolo, we'll say, is graduating. We have a few more graduations, but none of them are too crazy. I mean, we can try to get Ty Robinson back. I don't know if I care. Has not been persuaded. Tragic, I guess. But let's see, our final recruits. How do we finish all these guys off? I should phrase that a better way, but oh, it looks like we just get a ton of points here. Is that how you're supposed to do it? I guess we'll find out. Let's see, do we have any big players that we have a chance for? Oh, Tucker Franz. I thought we were way out of it with him. Are we gonna have a pretty good class? I guess we'll find out. It's looking that way though. I guess we'll offer these guys scholarships. I never did for some reason, but they're all 1 stars, so whatever. Why did I scout this guy but not offer him a scholarship? I don't know. I'm learning, but I think this was a pretty successful year 1 either way. Oh, and we get to do visits now again. Okay, I got all of our hours committed. I scheduled some visits, sent the house for a few players. Oh, we get to see draft results? Oh, well, that's depressing. Obviously none for us. Oh, it's just by team. I thought it would show the whole draft. But we get Nelson Earl. Is that it? Nobody else? We're definitely close on a lot of players. Oh, and let's try to land some transfers. I don't know if we'll get any of these guys, but we might as well try. Okay, these 2 guys we don't have a lead for. I don't know if we have a shot, but Paris Patterson, we do have a lead. Let's schedule a visit, and we'll go, I guess, playing style? Should I go with the ones that are a check and then the best ratings out of the checks? I don't know. I definitely could have been more prepared for this video, but I kind of thought it would be fun to go into it blind. At least a little bit bit blind. Okay, we do get Tyreek Barco. I think our first 2-star, maybe? We're getting a lot of small recruits, but we'll take it. Oh, no. So despite having the lead, Paris Patterson goes to Kansas. Unlucky. But I think I know what to do better this year. We'll just go harder for good players to start out. I think that'll work out pretty well. Oh, this is kind of cool. If you click on a player, it shows their overall at every position. If you're trying to move players around. You know what? I don't know if this would make a player transfer, but we don't really have a running back. Kiel Kelly is a 75 overall at running back. Would that be rude to move a quarterback to running back? I don't know. It might be necessary for the team. I think I broke the game. I think it fully crashed. Ooh, Kian Magwood would be an 85 overall receiving back. I mean, that's a little broken. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but we could move one of these receivers, but I bet it's like Madden where, you know, every receiver kind of goes up if you move them to running back. Okay, maybe scouting is important because Shane Rowland, one of our 3-stars, is a 60 overall. Not great. Okay, I got everyone moved around. We did move a few players. I feel like our overall is gonna go up, at least I'm hoping. We did lose a lot this year though. I don't think we're gonna be losing as many players this year. At least I hope. Oh, okay, yeah, I was getting scared there. We are up to a 76 overall, so we did get better. We went up 5 overall in the first year. Whew, I was like, do I not know how to rebuild in this game? Okay, not a big improvement, but we did improve. Good. Oh, it still does the breakout thing. What's it called? I actually don't know. Training results, that's what it is. So it looks like Tio went up, what, 3 overall? Does it say how much they went up? Am I just blind? I don't know if it says, but I think he was an 82, now up to an 83. 86 with morale, if that's what it's called here. Samanza unfortunately didn't go up too much, but Norwood I think went up 6 overall, and it looks like he's an impact player, so that's cool. But Charlie Spiegel went up 7 overall. We definitely got a lot of development. That's huge. We needed it. Oh, and you know what? It looks like we are one of the better overall teams in the MAC. There are a couple that are better than us, like Toledo's a 79 and Miami's a 77, but we are right behind them. Tied with Western Michigan is a 76. I know that doesn't sound a lot, but I feel the need to keep reiterating this. We started as the worst team in the game, so we're doing pretty well so far. Ooh, and encourage transfers. Is this trying to steal some players, or is this trying to keep our players? Or am I trying to make players transfer away? I'm confused. Are you sure you want to encourage my... No. Is this just cutting players pretty much? Okay, I don't think this is very important. Never mind. Okay, we're gonna go a little more bold this year. We are gonna go for some big prospects. I don't know how many of these guys we are gonna get, but we do pretty much have the lead for most of these guys, or we are at least very close, including some 4 or 5-star prospects. Now, some of these guys we're gonna have to remove. We're not even close, but some guys like Chase McGlinchey, we pretty much... Oh, no, wait, I think that was Louisville, or Louisville, whatever. That's throwing me off. Okay, so I don't think we have the lead for any of these guys, but I still might leave them on, at least for now. And I'm doing a little bit more scouting. A lot of these guys admittedly look a little bit questionable. Markale Tuttle looks like a pretty good power back though, so why not? Let's send the house for him. I do really want to try to get a 4 or 5-star though, no matter what it takes. Is there anyone we are even close for, or are we just gonna have to remove all of them? We might have to remove all of them. I don't know if we can get any of these guys. Who has like the least decision made? That's a bad way to phrase that, but maybe Fabian Boyett. Looks like a pretty good receiver, but let's see, are there any 3-stars we could lock up? We're close to the lead for Ali. I sent the house for him. I don't know if it's a good strategy to send the house for a ton of players. It's probably better to, you know, spread it out a little bit, but I want some good players, all right? Okay, I think we're already probably gonna get locked out of a majority of our players, but we do have a lead for a good amount of players here. There is a 4-star quarterback that at least had a little interest in the school. We're going a lot bigger this year than last year, clearly. But our schedule this year looks tougher than last year, I'll say that. We start out with Mississippi State, Auburn, and Purdue as 3 of our first 4. That's kind of scary. So let's see if we can somehow beat Mississippi State. I mean, crazier stuff has happened before. Okay, I think we got locked out of a lot of players, probably. Ooh, we got MAC Defensive Player of the Week, Miles Norwood, a pick and 4 tackles. Was it a close game? Probably not, now that I said that. We won? No way. Like I said, crazier stuff has happened. We smoked them. 38-17. It's always good to take down a Power 5 school, especially when you're Ball State. Or I guess Power 4? What is it now? I don't know. No way. We start out 2-0. We also beat Auburn 21-10. We have won our first 2 games against Mississippi State and Auburn, both by double digits. And we're gonna lose to UConn next week. I can promise you that. But our recruiting is going all right. We're sticking in there for a lot of players. Oh, well, that's not good. Pretty sure my Xbox just overheated. It genuinely like hurt to touch. It was so hot, so that was cool. I repositioned it so it doesn't blow hot air back into itself. So might fix it. We'll see. Might have been the issue. But we unfortunately got locked out for a few pretty good players. Also, Dion McCracken. I wanted him so bad purely because of his name. I didn't even notice him somehow though. Or I didn't notice that he almost said got captured, that he committed to Miami. Am I all right? What's wrong with me? Ooh, we're climbing the ranks even more. Did we beat UConn? We did. We are 3-0. I don't think Purdue's ranked anymore. Weren't they the preseason number 2? Or did I imagine that? Maybe I completely made it up in my head. Okay, yeah. No, they're number 25 now. Maybe not. I don't know. But when can we start visits? Oh, I guess we can right now. We just don't have the hours. We're going for too many players, which might not be a good thing. Going for this many players makes it so you can't focus too much on any certain player. Fabian Boyette is so close to committing though. A 4-star athlete. That would be huge. Dylan Baum, a 4-star quarterback. We have a big lead for him. Some of these guys we're not really in the mix for. It looks like we got locked out, but I mean, if we can get a 4-star, I don't want to, you know, jinx it or anything, but we could be in business. I'll say that. I do want to go for more linemen. We're not going for too many, and another D tackle. I don't know if I want 1-stars. I feel like we're too good for 1-stars. Can we take down Purdue and move on to 4-0? I'll understand if we don't, but it would be nice. Okay, we get an okay amount of XP. Did we go up or down? I guess it doesn't really say. We are 4-0 in week 5. That is insane. We don't deserve this, I'll say that, but we'll take it. We have not won a game by less than 11 points. I just want to say that. We just beat Purdue by 14, and we beat UConn by 11. We get 2 bye weeks. Hopefully that doesn't make us rusty, but I think I'm going to start taking some of these guys off the board if we're not really close, just so we can kind of redistribute some hours to different players. But it looks like we already get a 3-star recruit in Markale Tuttle. Awesome name. We do get locked out for a few players, but that's kind of to be expected. We are still Ball State, but we're working to not be Ball State. No disrespect to Ball State fans. But now that our bye weeks are over, we are going to be taking on Ohio, and we do have some big visits this week, so we need to win this game. We need to not get upset here. It is possible. I don't want to rule it out, unfortunately. But this year, it seems like going for some good players is kind of the strategy. We're leading for Boyette, a 4-star, Almus, a boy star. I still had Boyette in my head. A 4-star. Baum, a 4-star. I mean, that isn't a crazy amount, but it's kind of crazy for us. And Montel Odin, another 4-star. So, moment of truth. I'm really scared for this. This is the biggest game so far of the rebuild. I don't have a good feeling, unfortunately. Okay, we only get a little bit of XP. Did we win? Did we lose? Did we tie? We did win. We are 5-0. That is insane. We have a big lead for Boyette. Almus has pretty much locked everyone out. We still have a lead for Baum. It isn't a massive one, but big enough. A lot of these guys I don't think we're gonna get, but I'm just leaving them on the board just in case. I don't really want to add anyone else because we kind of have all the points allocated that we're gonna spend anyways, so there wouldn't be much of a point. Okay, we get another 3-star Chad. Why'd I read Chad? I'm having a hard time reading these names, not because I can't see them, but like my brain isn't processing them before I say them. I'm like too excited to be playing this game. I don't know, but Shaq Stark commits. Our only commitment of the week, but a big one, a 3-star. We get a little bit of XP, and it has the little flags on the bottom, or sticks. I don't know what you call them. We are close to being a ranked team. Jacksonville State is up there, and North Texas are both top 20, or well, North Texas is a top 25 team. Jacksonville State is almost ranked 2. I get them and Jackson State mixed up. But how are we looking? Is there some way you can sort by, well, yeah, that did it. I was gonna ask if there's a way to sort by prospect rating. So we still have the lead for 4 stars. I said 4 3 times in a row. You know, we don't have great receivers this year, though. I mean, it's a 3 3-star and a 2-star. I still haven't really scouted many players, which is risky. Very risky. I've scouted a little bit, but probably not enough. Let's see, Javier Rich is still open. He's a 4-star. I doubt we would get him, but might as well try. That's how we've gotten the lead for all these players. Go big or go home, I guess. Ooh, honestly, he doesn't have too many teams that are crazy interested. Let's send the house at him too. But this is another big week. We have a lot of visits. Another game we don't want to get upset in, especially against 0-6 Eastern Michigan. I swear they were ranked last year, or at least in a bowl game. But let's see if we can beat them here. We get a good amount of XP. I see the little sticks at the bottom. What are those called? Signs. Why could I not think of the word signs? But we are 7-0 and ranked number 21. I mean, they just needed to harness the power of Mikey McDingle. I mean, Mikey McDingle isn't here. I just stuck with the Ball State coach, but what a beautiful sight to see. We are ranked above Ohio State. They are 12 overall better than us. Can't say that's realistic, but I guess they've probably played harder competition, to be fair. Jacksonville State is also number 13. I mean, they've also probably played nobody, to be fair, but they're a 75. Also, how is Florida number 1 at 5-2? Yet Georgia's 7-0 and they're number 2. Texas Tech is also 7-0. BYU is 7-0 and they're not ranked higher in the Big 12. They have Jacksonville State over BYU. Insane behavior here, but okay. But Fabian Boyette does finally commit. We get our first 4-star of the rebuild. Was he a tight end? I guess so. Why did I think he was a corner? I don't know. But we beat Akron and we are now ranked 16, 8-0. It's a good day to be Ball State. All right, we land Dylan Baum in the next week, a 4-star quarterback. Oh, did we finally lose? No, we didn't. I thought I saw negative regression. I guess that's a double negative. Just regression is what I meant to say. But we did win. We only move up 1 spot to number 15, but we are 9-0. This is insane. I wouldn't spend so much time going through every game in a normal season, but we are massively underperforming. Oh no. We got passed up by 2 schools for Ben Almas. At least we already got 2 4-stars. We still have the lead for Montel Odin. That sucks. Is there anything we can do about that? Like anything at all? I don't think so. We can scout him. He's 0% scouted, so maybe he isn't even good. I don't know. I like playing risky, all right? Okay, Ben Almas, it looked like committed to Oklahoma, but we are now ranked 11. We are close to cracking the top 10 in year number 2. That sucks. I would have liked Almas, but not the end of the world. You know what? I'm sure there are better strategies, but I just like going through the top-rated prospects and finding players that aren't really close to committed yet, or like halfway-ish. We don't know if Mario Roche, how close he is. It's kind of weird it doesn't, is there a way to check? Oh, there is a way to check. Ooh, he's not very close to committed. Ooh, we need 5 more points, and we could give him a scholarship and send the house. We'll wait to send the house next week. Oh, I think we finally lost a game. We only got 61 XP. We did. But hey, that was an insane run, but we lost to Akron? Whatever. We're overperforming anyways, but I really do want Mario Roche. I'm scared of our defensive end group. It is bad this next year. But last game of the regular season against Miami, Ohio. We could lose, honestly. Could go on a losing streak. Hopefully not. Maybe. Okay, no, we do get a good amount of XP. Back up to a championship contender. I can't remember. How do you get star ratings? How do you gain them? I'm trying to think. But in the MAC championship, we are going to be taking on unranked Bowling Green. And it looks like we did win the MAC championship as we would hope. What a turnaround this has been already. Hey, we didn't have many of these this year, but we had so many last year. I think this is our first player of the week this season, but Dontu Gardner, 2 sacks, 4 tackles, a TFL, will take it. Oh, and Gunnar Stockton. Oh no, wait, I thought that was I didn't look close enough. I thought we got offensive player of the week, but no, that was Heisman. Not for us, obviously. I'm kind of curious. You know what? I don't even know where you check stats at. I haven't looked at our stats once. Samanza was very good. 27 touchdowns, only 5 picks, 73 completion percentage. Beagle at running back wasn't great. Kiel Kelly wasn't great either. But Nick Presley, 1,000 yards. Ooh. Kevin Meter at left tackle allowed 12 sacks. Not great. And then sacks, 9 for Meekins, 6 for Gardner. Nice. 5 for Flowers, and picks, only 4 total. Did they just copy and paste simulation from Madden? This was a Madden stat line if I've ever seen it. Very low interception numbers on defense. defense, really good quarterback play, bad running game, and a really bad performance from at least one offensive lineman. But early National Signing Day, what did we do here again last year? It looks like a lot of players we were going for did commit to other schools, unfortunately. Oh no, we got passed up for Javier Rich. That could be really bad. We don't really have receivers. Maybe Boyette can play receiver if we have enough tight ends. We'll see. He's an athlete. We do have the lead for Roche. Can we commit hours this year or this week? No, I don't think we can. View job offers. Out of curiosity, what do we have? Oh, whoa. Oh, these are all just coordinator jobs. Why are we getting offensive and defensive coordinator? It's kind of weird. It's not usually something that happens in real life. Usually there's a split between offensive and defensive guys, not both. But I guess it wants to give you the choice. I understand, I guess. Should we fire anyone? I mean, we don't have the best OC, but I'm definitely not firing him. Not with how we did this year. I wonder what our bowl game's gonna be. Oh yeah, we made the playoffs. I would be more excited, but we made it as the 14 seed, so we get to play number 1, Notre Dame. Surely this will go well. Now, they are only 10-3. I don't understand how the rankings work in this game, honestly. How is a 10-3 team number 1? What am I doing? I'm clicking every wrong button. Okay, it looks like no other team had less than 2 wins other than us. Did we have the best record in the country? No, Air Force did. They went 13-1, and we're barely ranked? Like, I don't understand how this worked. They're only a 74 over. We've really passed some teams up here. I feel like we should be almost a top 10 team. I mean, I know we haven't really played anyone, but we kind of did at the start of the year. I feel like we deserve to be higher. We were absolutely destroying everybody, including like SEC teams. We just had that one loss. We got absolutely smoked. But other than that, we were the ones doing the smoking. Jacksonville State almost beat Notre Dame, it looks like. So maybe we have a chance. But all right, no recruiting to do here. So let's see if we can beat Notre Dame in the playoffs. Did we? Maybe not. We only got 100 XP. I got some achievement for that. I don't think we won, which is fair. Gardner with a sack, 3 TFLs and 4 tackles. I don't think we did enough. Magwood with 70 yards, 1 touchdown. Are you supposed to get MAC Offensive Player of the Week if you're the only MAC team playing? I feel like that's not right, but nah, I don't think we won. No, but that's fair. It was the number 1 team in the country. What was the score? Did we play close? No, we tried, all right? At least we made it there. But I want to see the rest of the playoffs. It looks like Texas Tech got beat by Florida, who got beat by Syracuse. Nebraska lost to Texas A&M, and then Texas A&M lost to Arizona, of all teams. Miami beat Michigan 7-3, and then Miami went on to play North Texas and beat them 30-18, as you would hope. These final 4 teams have been interesting this whole time. At least Notre Dame is kind of realistic. Maybe Miami, at least they have the history, but Arizona and Syracuse, whatever. Should have been us. I'm having so much fun. This is pretty much identical to NCAA 14, but hey, I'm glad it's back. I'm glad it's updated. Pro potential? I don't know what this pro potential thing means. Just if they come to our team, how much potential they have to go pro, that's probably what it means. I just solved my own question. Maybe. Coach prestige, A-. Let's go. We doing a good job out here. Now, we're probably going to regress a lot in the offseason because we're going to lose a lot of players, but hopefully our recruits and our development makes up for that. We finished ranked number 13, so I kind of wonder if that has an effect on off-season training. I guess we'll see, but we have players leaving. Any transfers? Okay, yes. Oh no. All of our safeties? Why? What do you mean playing style? Oh no. Is there a better way to persuade players? Or is it just, because I thought I remembered like certain things you could promise them and it would maybe make them come back, but here it's just, you persuade them. And yeah, I wasn't persuaded. I wouldn't imagine any of them will be. I mean, we had to try. I guess we'll get Conley back, but I would rather have all 3 of our safeties. Well, our recruits better be good there, but we're also losing Spiegel, if that's how you even say it. We're losing another safety, D.D. Snyder. I thought that said Do Snyder, D-O. I can't read. Tyland Baldwin. I'm really a casual when it comes to college football. I don't know anybody here. Jackson Weagold, Kean Magwood, Miles Norwood. This is a lot of players. We better have some kind of plan plan to fix this. This is worse than last year by a lot. I'm still disappointed by those safeties. I'm sure I'll figure out how to keep players from transferring the more I play this game. We still had nobody drafted, but let's see if we can steal some transfers. Is it easy to get transfers? Nobody's like that committed to any schools. Oh, they're all locked though. Never mind. Is there anyone that would want to come here? Ooh, Omar Wayne, Malachi Hood. I feel like I know that name. Phillip Daniels, DeMar Davis. Let's just get whatever players could even be a little bit interested. Lots of 3 stars. Now let's see. How do we add players here? We'll try to do this better than last year. Let's really go hard for Omar Wayne. We'll just throw everything at him. We'll get him in for a visit. Throw the, what is it called? Send the house at him. But I'll get these figured out. And God, if we can get all these players, I don't think we will, but if we could, this could be a special team, man. But okay, I think this is what we're gonna be doing for all of our hours this week. I think it is the final recruiting week, so we gotta go big. Some players I acknowledge we're not gonna get, like some of these smaller level guys, but I'm trying to get at least one player at each position, so we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to break back in for Javier Rich, not break back in, but Clemson passed us up, so we're trying to get that back. I think he's coming in for a visit, and we dropped send the house on him, so hopefully we can get him, but no guarantees there. Either way though, we're hopefully looking good. I mean, at the very least, we've already gotten a couple 4 stars, so it's a good class either way. I wonder if we rank. I wonder how much it takes to be, you know, like top 25. Maybe we don't have a good class at all. Hold on. Maybe we don't. Unless I missed Ball State. 119? Oh, it's because we've only got 5 players so far. We're really going for more quality over quantity. But yeah, we're the only team down here with any 4 stars other than North Carolina, which they're all the way down at 102. What happened? Boise State has a few 4 stars, but all right, a lot of players we're trying to get here. Is next week the signing week? I guess we'll find out. We get Javier Rich. That is huge. Who else? Was that it? Okay. Well, not everyone has committed to a school yet at all. We're back down to a 76, but we saw last year. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. And I saw we're up to a 2-star school. I mean, as you would hope. I don't know if I can check that anywhere here, but that's really cool either way. I know 2 stars still isn't great, but that's 1 better than we were before. But do we have more hours this week? Oh, we do. Okay. Who should we commit to? You know what? Let me add a few like 1-star players just so we have a little depth. Just in case. We got locked out for one of the tackles. But let me change a few things again. Okay, I got it refigured out and everything, so let's sim to the next week. I'm nervous, man. We need a lot of players. Nobody recruited or nobody committed this week. Let's make sure we still have the lead for everybody. I saw 2 players went to different schools. It was a fullback, who cares? And then Chad Levine I kind of wanted. But next week, still no commitments. A few players went to other schools, but we're really trying. Ooh, okay, we might really need a corner. We lost the lead for the 2 we were going for this week. Oh, there are no good corners left, though, that are interested. We'll have to throw everything for Vernon Glover, probably. But all right, last week, we get Luke Scartvet, a 3-star tackle. Mario Roche, a 4-star D-end. That's huge. Coy Parrish, a 3-star safety. Vernon Glover we do get, but was that it? Oh, no, wait, we still... Oh, no, I think that was it. Man, we were looking so good. I mean, we still had a good class, but a lot of players we had the lead for early on did not sign. Like, what happened with Omar Wayne? We had a big lead for him. That sucks. I should, next year, once we get a big lead for good players, I shouldn't let up or anything. But I didn't really let up. We were still offering them, like, you know, the full 50 points. I don't think you can take that away. But either way, I think we had a good class. We got a lot of good players, just not a lot of players. So we're 76 overall right now, but I'll move all these players around, or at least some of them, and then we'll see what kind of development we get. Ooh, and Dylan Baum is a 74 overall. Did I get the option to redshirt players this last year? Oh, maybe it automatically redshirts, because I didn't redshirt Darian Malik. That would be kind of cool if it does that, but also I don't know if I had the option. It didn't redshirt Shane Rowland. I don't know. Another thing I'll figure out as we go on. Okay, here's one thing I kind of hope they add someday. Maybe there is a way to do it, but when you're changing player positions. I wish there was a thing just, you know, on the side of the screen where it says like physical or mental. I wish there was a thing that showed their best overalls at each position instead of having to, you know, click into each one. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're checking every player, it gets a little tedious. It takes a little while. That's one thing I hope they add someday. But as maybe the biggest EA hater on earth, this game is pretty fun so far. This is great. I love this. Okay, I don't know if it's me, but another issue is this game has crashed like 3 times already. Well, it's crashed 3 times and my Xbox has overheated once, but that wasn't an overheat. It's fine now. It has its issues, but I think the cover's so cool that it makes up for it. Oh no, wait. Please tell me it saved. Oh no. Oh god. I have to redo all of that. Why? Okay, I'll redo it. Oh god. Okay, this definitely takes a little too long. I pressed the stop recording button before I finished my sentence. I'm having a tough time. Okay, I got everyone's positions moved, and now is next week the satisfying day, the training results day. It is. So what are we looking like? Oh, okay. I was hoping Tio would go up a lot, but he didn't go up in overall at all. Did he? That's unlucky. Maybe there's some setting to focus on certain players. I don't know, but Gardner went up, I think, 5 overall. Meekins went up. Samanza went up a little bit. We got some decent development. Now, I do have one position group that I'm pretty concerned about, and that is the receiving group. Did Shane Rolland really go up 11 overall? I definitely need to watch more videos on this game. I've watched a couple, but some things like off-season training, I need to figure out if it's just random or if there's something I can do about it. Whoa. Cam Lemur developed from a 53 to a 66. I was pretty concerned about kicker, but I mean, he's a redshirt freshman, so I think he'll be fine next year. I am really concerned about the receiving core, and I put a ton into it. Here's something interesting. What happened to our 4 stars? Do they just not show up yet? Maybe not. Oh yeah, I don't see, okay. Yeah, it doesn't show any freshmen here. Okay, that scared me. I was like, where are freshmen at? But now we basically get to tell players to go away in the nicest way possible. Who should we? I guess Dalvin Thomas, he's already a junior. He isn't great. I'll figure out the rest of these. But all right, another day, another draft board set up. We are gonna be going crazy this year. I'm really testing my limits here. We are going for some 5 stars, which is definitely bold, but we're going for 5 stars that haven't really made much of a decision yet. I feel like that's a good strategy. It's kind of similar to, I used to watch a lot of Param Crow NCAA 14 rebuilds back in the day, which big shout out to him. He's a goat, but I guess it's similar to like the low lock cheese, he would call it, where you just look for players with low lock percentage. I can't remember if it's exactly like that, but it's similar, because there isn't really a lock percentage anymore, is there? No, because I think it was around like right here or something. I don't know. I know there is locking out, but I think this is pretty much what low lock cheese was. But we are going for 4 different 5 stars. I have no idea if we're gonna get any of them, but why not try? Give me one reason why we shouldn't try. I can give myself a reason. We probably won't get them, but good things don't happen if you don't try. So we're gonna offer all these guys scholarships. We'll scout a lot of them. I don't have much confidence that we'll get a lot of these guys, but might as well try, because if we do, this team could be insane. But let's get a look at our schedule this year. Is it gonna be easier or harder than last year? Harder somehow. Why are we getting put through it? I mean, actually, it isn't too bad other than Ohio State. I mean, Air Force, that's fine. Indiana, they're kind of our rival here. They're kind of, you know, stealing a lot of the players we're trying to get, and then it's just conference games, of course. Not too bad of a schedule other than 1 or 2 games. Oh, we already got locked out for one of the receivers we were going for. Rough start. Thankfully, it wasn't one of the 5 stars yet. Why do we not have any hours? Even though we got locked out? I must not have had any hours put into him at all. Ah, we did get locked out of one of the 5-star receivers already. That didn't take long. It makes sense. But on a positive note, we are 2-0 to start the year. We beat both Air Force and Indiana. Now, I think our lucky streak is going to be coming to an end with Ohio State, but it was a good first 2 games, you know, to be positive about things. Oh, we're really close, though. We were right there. We were the first team barely off for Guzman. I really want a receiver, if you couldn't tell. Can we somehow beat Ohio State? Okay, so one of our corners commits to Washington. That's fine. And no, we got 58 XP. We did not win. Did Did we at least hang close? Could have been worse. 24-10. At least it wasn't like 38-10 or something. But all right, I think we are flying out one of our 5 stars for a visit this week. Levi France. We have a big lead for him. We currently have the lead for 3 5 stars, so I'm gonna be crushed when we don't get any of them, but we gotta try. No, it's next week. Oh, I wish it was this week. I'd rather get him here sooner rather than later, just before we get passed up. And who else is ready for a visit? Ooh. Oh, we can't afford a visit though. Let's wait until next week and then should we schedule, oh, we got passed up for Williams. No. So I guess next week we'll schedule Mitchell, Zach Mitchell. This is a huge game. We need to beat Toledo to get a 5-star player, possibly. Oh, I saw one of the really good players. No, did we lose? Oh no. Toledo, man. They're just ruining our rebuild. We still do have the lead for France, but for how long is the question. But let's see. Let's schedule a couple other players. We got passed up for Mitchell. We got really passed up for Casey Williams. Oh, he isn't even ready for a visit. I thought wait, it says ready for visit. Why can't we schedule a visit? Maybe he's visiting somewhere else. I don't know. I guess we'll schedule daily. I don't even have any points in him though. And we can schedule a visit for Casey Williams, but he isn't really interested anymore. He does like the coach prestige though. Recruiting in this game is tough. I'm in pain. Maybe going for 5 stars was a little too ambitious. Levi France committed to Oregon and Casey Williams locked us out. Pain. Man, we've had it rough this year. We are coming off a win, thankfully, to get back to 500, but I think all of our 5 stars are gone. Yeah, Zach Mitchell commits to Oklahoma. We were close. I'm glad we tried it. I think this could have been a really good class if we did better this year. It still could be a good class. I mean, it isn't over. We'll have to see. Okay, hold on. Silly, goofy little question here. Something just crossed my mind. So let me know this down in the comments. When you go ready for visit, right? I've probably been doing this wrong the whole time. Once you go schedule for visit, now I can't show it. Let me go to the next week. Ooh, we got MAC Offensive Player of the Week again. 3 receiving touchdowns for DJ Rice, but we lost. But here's what I was wondering. For ready for visit, right? Do you want to go... Oh, this week is locked. Whatever. All right, I can't show it. I think we already have too many recruits visiting this week, but do you want to pick something that already has a check mark next to it or something that's negative to make it positive? Is that what it does? I don't know. Let me know that down in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. I'll show it next year, but I think most of you know what I'm trying to say, hopefully. Oh, I guess it shows up right here, like the X marks. Do you want to pick one of those so it switches it to a positive? Or do you want to pick one that's already a positive, like a check mark, like that? I don't know. I have a lot of questions, a lot of stuff I maybe should know, but again, I wanted to figure it out as we go. But it looks like we landed a couple pretty good players. We signed Kirk Lamp, a 4-star running back, and then Tyler McPherson, a 3-star center. Not as exciting as the 4-star, but still good. I'm really interested to see what Kirk Lamp's overall is going to be. You know, definitely don't do what I do. Definitely scout your players so you know if you're actually getting someone good. But I mean, those are some pretty decent ratings, I think, I would guess. 89 change of direction. Wait, I do have him scouted. Never mind. So yeah, he has pretty good ratings. Nothing crazy though. But either way, it's good to get a 4-star. Oh, and Roche is apparently at risk of transferring. That's fun. And these are going to be the college football playoffs this year. The top 4 seeds are Georgia, UCLA, Florida State, and Jacksonville State. We also have North Texas and Tulane in the playoffs here. I mean, Tulane's pretty good, but North Texas? And the Heisman Trophy goes to Gunnar Stockton this year. Didn't he win it last year too? Has it been 3 Georgia quarterbacks in a row? I can't remember who won it the first year. But we are once again going to be in the Sun Bowl against Texas Tech. But hey, it looks like we do win the Sun Bowl. I think our first bowl game win of the rebuild, because we lost year 1. Last year we made the playoffs and lost. But we do win the Sun Bowl. We obviously win MAC Defensive Player of the Year. We were probably the only MAC team in bowl games. That's probably not true, but there probably weren't many of us. We beat them by 2 scores, 24-14. You know, at the very least, we've turned this into a pretty good team. I guess we had a losing record year 1, but we still made a bowl game. Also, Tulane beat USC. Some things never change. Should I fire our OC? I don't know. But here we have players leaving. Both Roche, and Javier Rich are probably gonna transfer away. And a lot of our players are, of course, graduating. Tayo finally graduating. Maybe he'll get drafted, I don't know. Also, Luke Dalton graduating. Man, I don't know if persuasion chance medium is workable. I'm gonna guess not, unfortunately, but we have to try. Roche is gonna be transferring. Oh, and Rich does stay. Okay, we at least get Rich, which is good, because our receiving core would be horrible without him. We at least have other D linemen. I don't even know if Roche would start this year. I guess it would depend on how much he develops in the offseason, but whatever. If he wants to leave, then we're too good for you anyways. I don't know. Oh yeah, we get to see draft results. Hey, Tio did get drafted. 7th round, we finally had someone get drafted. Took until almost year 4. I guess better late than never, but I wonder if we can steal any transfers. But it looks like we get Rico Phelps. That's huge. I mean, pretty huge. A 3-star. We'll take a 3-star when we're a 2-star school. And it looks like we're still in the mix for a lot of players. I don't know who we're gonna get, but at least we're in the mix. It looks like we're landing most of our players this week. We just got quite a few 3-stars, which is good. We definitely didn't get everybody, but we at least got quite a few of the players we wanted, so we'll take it. I feel like it's even more than it showed. We got almost everybody we were going for. Like, I don't think it showed Mara Morosa, but we just landed him because he was in for a visit this week. Does it not show everybody? Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Either way, though, it went from looking like an amazing class to a horrible class to now a pretty good class. We got a good one. But I think that is the last recruiting I'm gonna be doing. We'll just leave it up to the CPU for this next year, and we should be looking pretty good. But now for the fun week, we have our training results. Gardner is up to an 89, I guess a 91 with morale. I'm still just gonna assume that's what that is. Meekins developed a little bit. He only went up like 2 or 3 overall, but we'll still take it. Bandy developed like 1 overall. So decent player development here. Ooh, Boyette really broke out this year. He went up like 8 overall. I don't know if Abney went up at all, because I think Abney was a 74 and Boyette was right behind him at a 73. That's interesting. I mean, development's probably better for younger players, I would assume, right? Although Rich only went up 2 overall, that kind of sucks. I was hoping he would be a big breakout this year. So we got all right development. I don't think Samanza went up at all, though, unfortunately. But either way, let's get into what could be the final year here, and I'm really interested to see how we're gonna do. But all right, I turned the auto recruiting on. We'll see how good the CPU is at recruiting. It hasn't added any players yet, but I'm assuming it will. I might give it a little help if there's some good players that are interested. Irwin looks decent. Not gonna pronounce that, but I know there's an NFL kicker with that last name. Ooh, and a 4-star. Danny Bullitt. And we can make a custom schedule if we want. Oh God. We start with Iowa, Western Kentucky, Florida State, number 2, and Kentucky. It looks like Kentucky wasn't very good last year at least, but that's against a lot tougher competition than we go against, I would guess. And we do have a few preseason all MAC players. Obviously Gardner and Meekins, Roos, and Fabian Boyette is up there. That's cool. Samanza's a second team. Same with Claiborne. Bandy's pretty good, so he makes the second team. And we have a lot of DBs. We're already getting recruits. Just 1, but that's interesting. Okay, wait a minute. So Ty Curran got Offensive Player of the Week for the MAC. 11 receptions, 171 yards, 3 touchdowns. I saw our championship contender went up after the Iowa game. Hold on. We beat Iowa? How? I don't even think we're the best overall team in the MAC, which I guess isn't bad because we started as the worst team, period. But yeah, I mean, Toledo's an 81, we're an 80, and then Miami's an 82, and they somehow lost. I mean, maybe they played a really good school, probably. So at the very least, I would say we've definitely improved Ball State so far, but how are we beating Iowa? That's insane. And then we lose to Western Kentucky. But through the first 7 games, I guess about at the mid-season here, we are 4-3. Not bad for how hard our schedule was at the beginning. You know, we only came away with 1 win out of those 4, which is about realistic. I think we would have had a better chance against Western Kentucky. They're 6-2 now, by the way. Iowa's only 1-6, probably with a pretty good overall team too. But we beat Iowa, we beat Kent State, beat Eastern Michigan. We've won the last 3 in a row, but we are going to be facing Akron this week at 5-2. And we do unfortunately lose to Akron. But final season here, let's just get to the end of the year and hopefully we can finish at least 500. Hopefully a winning record. Either way, I think we're pretty successful today getting Ball State into the playoffs, but we'll see what happens this final year. But in the final week of the season, Dontu Gardner wins MAC Defensive Player of the Week with 5 sacks against Miami. I think the highest overall team in our conference. That is insane. But we finished the 2027 season 7-5. We will absolutely take that. But with bowl projections, I would assume we're up here somewhere. We are projected to play Marshall. Are these accurate or is it going to change? I guess we'll see. Don't think we're going to be in the MAC championship though, unfortunately. We had the same conference record as Akron. We just had a really difficult start to our schedule. Also, Toledo's ranked 10-2. Of course, they beat us again this year. I think we got swept by them in this rebuild. We will see what our bowl game is going to be as the last game of this rebuild. The CPU's been recruiting a ton of 1 and 2 stars. I think my way of recruiting was better. I mean, it's getting more players than I got, but not great ones. And the 2027 Heisman Trophy goes to Rodney Gallagher III from Western Virginia. Interesting. And we are going to be taking on Marshall in the Orlando Cure Bowl. I genuinely don't think I've ever heard of that. But let's get one final look at our team here. Obviously, a pretty good roster for what we started with. For some reason, we're down to a 79 overall now. I don't know what happened there, but lots of good players here. I'm assuming Gardner will get drafted next year. I mean, by next year, he could be in the mid-90s, possibly. Oh, and I haven't been checking season stats. I definitely should do that. So Caden Samanza, close to 3,000 yards, 29 touchdowns, only 8 picks. Ooh, Claiborne was horrible at running back. 184 carries for only 549 yards, 3 per carry. I mean, he got 11 touchdowns, but whatever. 900 yards for Curran, led the team, 12 touchdowns. I'm surprised he didn't have more, to be honest. He won like 3 MAC Offensive Player of the Weeks, so he must have done nothing in the other weeks. The blocking was pretty good. Redfield had allowed like 5 sacks through the first 3 games. I was gonna bench him, but thankfully he got much better. And then on defense, Ethan Evers led the team with 72 tackles, TFLs, 14 for Meekins, 10 for Gabe Herr, and sacks. 14 for Dontu Gardner, getting, what, 5 of those in week 12, I think it was. Meekins finished with 9.5 sacks, 4.5 for Cody Smith. Oh yeah, and also something interesting, Ramon Bouye, he started off as like a 52 overall. He was a horrible recruit that I got, but he, in 2 years, has developed up to a 76. Something I'm realizing is if you recruit a horrible player, they can develop like 20 overall in one off season. It's interesting. It's kind of cool. But for interceptions, 2 for Evers and Frederick, and then 1 for Feeney and whatever that last name is. So hey, we have an overall very positive record here. We only had a losing record 1 year because we lost a bowl game. I would say even though we definitely didn't turn this into one of the best teams in the country, we've done really, really well here today. So final game of the rebuild. Can we beat Marshall to win our second bowl game? And it looks like we do. So at the very least, that is a great way to finish this off. But if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, all that good stuff. Again, 3,000 likes, and I'll do a 0 overall rebuild. I am not sure how possible that is, but I'll give it my best shot. It'll be fun either way. And expect my second college football rebuild out tomorrow. So again, be sure to let me know what team I should rebuild. It can be your favorite team, whatever you want. Whatever has the most comments, I will do. So I'll count them up. I'll get it started tonight. Should be a ton of fun. But thank you all so much for watching. Expect a ton more of these to be coming out. And with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.